You guys,
We're
are we live?
live.
Are we live?
Hello, everybody.
Yay.
Sorry, I was 3 minutes late.
I am totally trying to get, you know how I am. I'm getting the chat up right now so I can see y'all. I'm Laura.
We've got the Crypt Keeper is here.
Yay! All right.
And is Sophie Gardner still here? Hi,
that was
Char.
a lovely thing she said. I loved that.
Sophie
Very
Gardner.
nice. Yay. Let's see what you've got going on here.
Hello, Creator 22 from Sacramento. Welcome. I'm telling you, the phone wouldn't stop ringing. Just everything. I was going to go put on some makeup and brush my hair.
Wow, I look totally thin in this.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I think you've got it on wide angle, or maybe I do. I don't know.
You're very skinny. Can I have a piece of that?
No, it's like a wide angle of my whole house. I mean, if somebody were to come in over here, you'd be able to see them. Hello. Then you'd know I'd be cheating. You know.
You'd be cheating? Oh, are they coming in your house?
You know what though? My son came here today, and guess what he brought? And he went to Leah's house too. You guys,
he brought gifts.
You guys. Hello. Not sponsored. But hey, we love it anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yay! So now I'm going to open it with my, check it out.
Yes,
while I was
Roberta
actually shopping, I bought a corkscrew.
Well, and
it says,
because I have hers.
That's not mine. I don't use that kind. I like the kind that has the little knuckle in it, you know, that you can do it to, you know. Here, I'll demo.
Calamari, hi. Pepper Moon is here.
We have to figure out why I look so like thin, or like it's like landscaping my whole house.
That's your camera, not me.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't do it now. So
it's your camera.
So here you go. See, I don't know if you probably all can see me.
Yeah.
You pop it in the top.
Slinging nunchucks. I'm trying to. No, the one that opens the wine.
You see, then you have like this two-knuckled thing here. I don't know if you can see it, but you pop it up, and right on top. Wait. The first one. No, wait.
Yes.
No, up like that.
We are home.
Whatever.
Laura is the sommelier. I am not.
I am so the sommelier. Can you tell? Oh my gosh. Well, at least I got it all open.
See,
I took all of my wine glasses to Leah's house. Now I get to drink out of this lovely cocktail glass. It's so good to see you guys.
Miss Lobo Bob here. Cheers.
I poured up to the line.
You almost wish you liked wine, Charlotte. You know, drink whatever. That's why I said in the invitation, drink whatever.
It's Friday. Let's not forget it's Friday. I know a lot of you probably have forgotten it's Friday.
Yes, but who knows what day it is? I only know it's Fridays because Monday we're out of quarantine. I thought it was Sunday.
No, it's Monday. My lady made sure to tell me.
I know. I was like,
she made absolutely.
At Miramar, day 14, they were out of it.
Yeah, that morning.
Yeah, that morning.
It wasn't even like they had to wait all day. So Leah got her call today from Miramar telling her that her test was negative. Well, how many tests have we had so far? We already knew that.
Yeah, we knew that. Crown Royal and Peach. Crown Royal Peach. That sounds delicious.
Cheers, Leah.
You're at work, Cheryl. Hang on.
She's not ready.
I am not organized.
I'm going to put my cute little thing back in the...
I'm ready and she's not.
Push it down. Princess. Cheers, Leah. Let's see how full your glass is. Oh, good.
I'm not being a piggy wiggy. Hello, Jolene. We haven't seen Jolene in a long time. We get cheers.
Jolene.
Pick a key, woman.
See, if we were next to each other, Leah, that wouldn't have been a problem.
That wouldn't have been a problem. That's right.
Cheers, Mary Lou.
Oh.
Cheers, you guys.
Cheers,
Everybody,
cheers.
let's see who's here. Oh, everybody's here. Hey, Ms. Lobo Bob. Hello.
And emoji guys here.
Pepper Moon. Mary Lou.
Rebecca Vickers. Cheers.
Earl Rafferty's in the house. Jolene, of course. Jolene Carney.
Yes.
Ah, yes.
We're getting there.
We're you know, if we have to do this, like, I'm just gonna figure out what's wrong with the picture here.
Sure.
I think it's doing a super landscape. It just makes me feel so. Can you tell? And this side's like flat. No, it's this side. It's very flat. Oh well,
and
whatever.
You're on the wrong side.
I know.
What up with that?
Was that right? Was that right? Nope, wrong way.
I looked the wrong way too. Oh, I think we can look the right way.
We can still look at each other like this, right?
Yeah.
Hi, Leah. Hey.
Hey, how are you doing?
Romper, do. Who do I see today is here? No.
You guys.
Romper Room. I remember that.
I binge watched last night on Netflix, Tiger King. Oh my gosh.
You guys, if you haven't watched Tiger King, that is the craziest true story I've ever seen.
Oh my God. If you like a good murder mystery, police, what would you call it?
Dragnet.
Yeah.
FBI. I mean, it was really good. Just get into it. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you. Yeah, I think despite that, you can see my whole house. It's whatever. You can't see over there.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm dark, but it does.
So is everybody still here? I don't see many people. Chatty. Oh well.
Keep leaving.
Oh, huh?
Oh.
No.
Never mind. Never mind.
So anything new? I mean, for heaven's sake, since we saw y'all yesterday.
You guys,
go ahead.
Say I'm going back to work Monday, so I can't have these impromptu chats. I'm gonna really, I've gotten into a thing here now. I don't,
Yeah, now you're ready to do it
my way.
Well, we'll have to do it at night, like 6:30ish.
6:30. I get off work at 6. I got to come home, strip, shower, sanitize,
cook dinner,
all of that. So it would have to be at 7.
7's good. Who has anything to do?
What are you guys doing? Yeah, you're all here.
Hi, Polestar. Sunday, yay! Oh my gosh, it's about time. Did you tell him? Oh my gosh, it's like I can see Polestar hanging from the window. Let me know.
Polestar,
I'm gonna draw.
Polestar, you're getting out before we are. It's just kind of ironic that I'm getting my quarantine ends Monday, and the first time I step out of the house would be to go to work. How ironic is that?
That's terrible, Leah.
I can't even go buy toilet paper.
You can't experience the store for the first time.
No.
I mean, we could have met there and just pretended like we didn't know each other.
Nevada is not sheltering in place. All non-essential businesses are closed. And most people are following the shelter in place.
They have suggested that we do that.
Mary Lou, we've been forced into quarantine. So we've been there for, this is day, I think, 16 or something for us.
I don't know. I was trying to figure that out. Well, we all know it was since
3 weeks.
The 5th. Oh, we left on the 20th of February.
Yeah, we left on the 20th of February.
We left the house. Hi, Dr. Fell. We left the house the morning of the 20th of February. So we have been gone since then until now, dealing with the whole drama,
Mary Lou
the whole drama.
Mary
and it was,
she's been with us since the balcony, since we were on the balcony.
Mary Lou.
Yeah.
The balcony. I miss being on the ship.
Balcony.
Even when we were in quarantine on the ship, I miss it a lot.
Yeah.
I miss that. I remember thinking the day that we were leaving, I'm going to miss this little girl. I'm going to miss it, even though we were like locked up. It was so like, they treated us so like, I felt like I was part of a family being taken care of there,
Well, the
We're
thing
so,
is we were all had a common bond.
yes.
The staff
Mm-hmm.
and the passengers, it was like now we were all one. It wasn't like, I mean, sometimes you get attached to the staff and, oh, I'm going to miss you. You were so great. But this was different. It was like you have this common bond. We've
There was
actually,
just, it was like there was just something extra about the whole thing,
yeah,
everybody chatted with each other when on the balconies, when everybody's standing outside, everybody's out, you're looking up, you can see them.
yeah.
You kind of knew
Yeah.
everybody's story, it was
The,
cool.
the last, or 2 days before we were off the ship, our neighbors were out on their balcony and we were on our balcony. I feel like best in show. And we waved from our Starbucks to their Starbucks. But
Yeah.
they had a bottle of wine and they were sharing wine with us.
That was the night before we left, or 2 days before we left. Yeah. And I'm like, sure, you ain't gonna talk to me twice. I'll take that.
Sassy Brass, thank you for finding us on the
that's
ship.
great.
Thanks for sticking with us.
Our last names are Chicken. No, they're not Chicken, Dr. Phil. We're just hot chickens, so we just thought we'd define who each other were.
Always says, which one's Leah and which one's Laura?
By
the way, you don't know we're sisters.
So, and it changed rapidly the day that we got off, even though we were still like all common, bond, and we actually got to know people in a different way. It was the ship. It was like, I don't know. I don't know what
about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Even, I don't know. If I was in an inside cam, correct me if I'm wrong. It would be okay if it was me and you. But if there were any more people, I don't know how those people did it.
We would have, here's the thing. If it was, we would have been doing Tai Chi in the morning with cruise director Steve, and we would have been laughing our butts off.
People would have been checking on us, make sure we were okay.
Exactly.
Polestar, we got on board the ship on the 21st. So
oh, you keep chickens. You're going to name chickens after us, Mary Lou. That would be
Laura
such
and Leah chickens.
That would be such a hoot. I've never had a chicken named after me.
I'm trying to think what kind it would be. I like those Rhode Island red.
You guys are our chicken nuggets.
Yes.
A little chicken tender.
You notice how we got lively because we have wine, and it's not even like we've had a load of wine. You know what I'm saying? It's just the thought that we have our wine today. I'm so happy.
Oh, you had the Golden Girl chickens, Dr. Fell.
I love Dorothy, Rose, Sophia, and Blanche. That's a great idea.
I have watched a documentary on Betty White since I've been in quarantine. It was so good. If you haven't watched that, I think that was on Hulu.
Oh my gosh, I have to look that up.
Either on Hulu or Netflix. It was Betty White.
What's it called? Betty White in Quarantine?
No, she's not in quarantine.
Oh,
just a documentary about Betty White. So the Golden.
I don't know.
Not everything is about being in quarantine.
I guess. Yeah, but and I think about it, do you remember back, in the wars, especially World War II and the Korean War and all that, they made movies to distract us, like that.
They did.
They did, because we couldn't have Netflix and all that.
Right.
So they made movies for that to distract us. All those, musicals and I don't know what else. Like all the soldiers and stuff, like tap dancing all over the deck. Like that was.
Yeah, but the thing is they didn't have news to watch all day long either. Like we're like fixated on the news.
Right.
And but they would have.
It was like an event.
They had newsreels before the main feature, so you knew what was happening in the war effort, which was interesting.
Mm-hmm. So you had the newsreels, and you're finding out what happened day before yesterday, most likely.
Probably, let alone on live at the moment. So,
I loved the Golden Girls, Dr. Phil. In fact, I'm thinking about rewatching it.
I am too. Since watching the Betty White documentary, they were showing clips from the Golden Girls. Show was freaking brilliant. It was so good.
Oh, when you see some of the cuts, you know, just where they're taking certain scenes and just little snippets of it, it's hysterical.
Yeah.
They, you know, even if you don't even watch the whole show.
But the thing
is interactions.
It was their takes to each other, like, you know, you just.
Yeah, it was their takes and their timing.
Yeah.
Let's see what you guys are saying. Here we are just having a conversation.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So Danny, you don't feel guilty about going to church now because you can't go. You can watch online.
I can invite Danny. You to my church. It's televised. Well, it's streamed, not televised. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, the Vietnam War. Oh,
sorry, Dr. Phil.
Nightly body counts. It's kind of like.
Hi, Smitty.
It's kind
How
of like.
How are you?
Kind of like the coronavirus. They give you body counts every day. It's like, wow.
You know, I hate to say this, you guys, but I have tried not to be watching the news so much because it really does, like, it tends to just bring whatever thing you're doing, you know.
Yeah.
So I just try not to even watch it. I noticed that a lot of the shows are now like getting into more things people are doing at home and enjoying themselves and with the families, and they're singing, you know, whatever they're doing from home. Yeah, it does, Ms. Lobo Bob. I have a hard time with your name, but it does. It just consumes you. Once you start, it's like,
yeah.
Oh no, I better go check that out, and then I'll get on the internet or whatever.
I watch a lot of YouTube. I like to watch. Yeah, it's so negative, and Facebook. Everybody's like. I did watch an interesting YouTube video. I subscribe to a doctor, as he calls his channel is called D-Dog MD, and you guys might have seen some of his videos. He does Doc Vader videos, which became very popular doing. But
wait, was actually that?
Yes, go ahead.
Batman, the Batman one. I loved Batman. Is that what makes me think of it?
Never
mind. Keep going.
So he's actually a brilliant doctor. I posted Shara a link on my page today where he's talking to a doctor from Suits and the technology that they're using. And they've got an app that they're developed. Well, it's developed and it's in research stages now, where if you have a Fitbit or an Apple Watch, they can monitor your heart rate, which is a precursor to having a fever. So they can kind of predict where outbreaks may occur. And so then send resources. Hi, W2. It's
W2.
It's an amazing video.
Well, you know,
D-Dog MD, so go check his
I think that's kind of cool. But then on the other hand, I'm one of these people I'm like one of these people going, yeah, what else are they checking out on me? So I'm like,
okay,
yeah, that's great.
Interesting that you bring that up. Zip it for a minute.
All right.
It's interesting that you say that because they address that in that very video about.
Obviously, I didn't watch the whole thing.
Obviously not. The issue of privacy, and that as Americans, we cherish our privacy so much, and we protect that at all costs. That it's kind of, it's a double-edged sword, because it's kind of put us in this position where in South Korea, they've gotten this under control very quickly because they can.
Because they went out on the streets and was beating people when they came out of their house. That's what somebody told me. I don't know if that's true or not, so don't quote me.
They could monitor contacts and things like that. And who, you're positive, okay, we can go back and look at your receipts and see where you bought something from and where you
I saw that part, and that was what I was thinking.
Yeah, and so, as Americans, we go, you're not gonna monitor me. But
I can see how that's a really good thing, but put it in the hands of the wrong people, and you've got a problem.
Right.
And so I don't know. I don't trust technology fully.
So where do you draw the line, though? I mean, interesting. Discuss amongst yourselves.
That's right. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so new and so fast, everything that's happening.
You're in the middle of a pandemic. Do you want to worry about if somebody knows if you shopped at Walmart, or do you want them to know that perhaps in Kansas City, Missouri, there's an outbreak happening?
I get it, but I don't want anybody breaking in my house while I'm at the store. So I don't know.
So, at any rate,
I totally
watch
get
the
what you're
video.
saying. I'm not kidding. I know exactly what you're saying. And I agree. That's a really awesome thing that they can monitor something like that. I just wish they could turn it off.
Well, all it's doing is, and this particular app is monitoring your heart rate and your, and that's
Right.
basically
Oh, I
it.
see. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
So
monitoring
I could
your
turn
heart
off
rate.
the GPS. They still
So-
would then
so
know where our heart is.
If you're in an area and all of a sudden everybody in Carson City, Nevada's heart rates are elevating, or you know, a good portion of them, they could say, there's something going on. Because yeah, it's like the mark of the beast.
Well, that was kind of a nice conversation, Leah.
Yeah.
I had a good time with that one.
Now move on.
Because, you know, how about you guys? Just say it. It's like, because seriously, I do understand what you're saying, but I just, you know, I have questions on the subject.
You have to pick.
That's probably because, well,
yeah.
I mean, and I'm even like, you know, in the older generation.
Heart rate is a precursor to fever. That's usually in an illness, the first thing that's going to elevate is your heart rate.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Well, they wouldn't want to see me. My heart rate's elevated all the time. So, you know, it could be like normal for me and they'd be going, oh.
But for you, you know, they could see, and if it went from 89 to 100.
Yeah, there has to be like some kind of algorithm to trigger it.
Yeah.
So technologically savvy I am.
I mean, whatever.
Right?
I just think if it can save lives, then, you know, I don't care if somebody knows it.
Edward Magica. I always want to say Magica. But that's good too. Hello.
Yeah.
Stars here. Rick.
Yeah, you can see the headlines now.
Hopton. Yes, hello everybody. Yeah, don't mind us. We're just going off on little rants. You know? Okay, bring up something else.
Well, see, that's a good debate because I'm on one side of the fence. Not that I want everybody in every bit of my business.
I understand it. I understand that. And I know the app is there.
Right.
You just have to have an Apple Watch.
All I'm saying is we as Americans want our cake and eat it too. And I work in the medical field, so I know, you know, everybody knows what HIPAA is and the privacy policies and the laws.
Right.
I don't want you in my medical records, and I don't want blah, 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 blah. And then
but
you're
Leah,
walk
the reason is
shut up,
because
I'm talking. Okay. Let me make my point, and then you may interrupt.
Make your point.
You want all of that, but then you're going to come in and say, I need my husband's results. And I'm going to say to you, I'm sorry, I can't do that because of the HIPAA law. But it's my husband and I'm in it and I have the right to know what's going on with. Well, you know what? You made your bed.
But don't you have a right to put down who you want to see your records? I mean, if I was her husband.
Yes. Yeah. But he didn't do that. I'm just saying most people don't.
Oh, I see.
That. You know, they don't make those arrangements. Or they, steady on, ladies, no arguing. We're not arguing.
We're not arguing. We're not. Leah and I never argue.
No, we really don't.
No, and you know, because I really do see her point. I always like to play the devil's advocate, especially when I get a bit of wine in me. Yeah. You know. You know, we thought about something.
Monday, Smitty.
We may be able to scam bait. Because you can hear the phone calls really good.
I was getting all these phone calls before we started, and Laura's going like, I can hear that perfectly.
Right. So how would we do? You know,
so we're going to work on that. My problem is I'm deaf in one ear, so if I have earbuds in this ear, I can't hear what's happening.
So Leah, are you going to be working full time, or is it going to be a part-time gig?
It's a full-time gig, although they're flexing us. So it just depends on demand. I may be.
So you don't really have a set schedule. You go.
I have a set schedule, 40 hours a week, but there may be times when I'm told, hey, get out of here.
Right.
Yeah.
Because everybody probably is still having their set schedule.
Yeah.
And they only want a few people in there at a time to work. I get that.
Yeah.
See, we did agree. We agreed on that. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't own a cell phone because of privacy violations, and that's your right.
Yep. And you know, when I loaded Windows 10 or whatever the new one was, I went through and changed every setting about that. I don't want anybody, I didn't even want Siri listening to me, even though Alexa, she can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting how we call them their gender, you know. Alexa.
Miss, I
you
don't
know,
want
and that is even the worst
business
kind of.
Has Alexa listening to everything she's saying.
Right? Somebody said they were talking about something weird one day, and the next day they were getting ads on their phone about that. And they weren't even on any apps or anything. Yeah. So Siri was listening.
Yeah.
Somehow they were getting ads. That's scary.
Polestar, I work in what they call patient access here in the Americas, which is admitting. So it's where the front line, you come in and we get you into the system and into the right location, to the right room, to the right whatever.
Hey, Rick, in London right now, what are they doing? You can go out like for what, half an hour or something, and then come back? I mean, is it like over there right now? Is it they're very strict on you staying in? Because I was thinking the whole country's been told to do that or enforcing to do that.
They're doing that in San Francisco. The cops are out enforcing it.
Oh, I know, but I'm just curious. You know, that's a whole country, a whole like.
London's a city.
But I know London's a city, but they did it to the whole country. Very good. Oh my goodness. This is such a different way for us to interact.
An expediter. I like that name. An expediter.
Is what her hospital calls it. Expediter.
Yes. Which when we started this adventure, we were in the middle of onboarding a whole new system for our hospital, electronic health record system for our hospital. And that's all been put on hold now. I was like, when I was on vacation, they were transferring it over and we were in training classes and all of this stuff. And now brakes are on and we're just going.
So are you stuck in the middle or did you go back?
In the middle. He hadn't pulled the plug yet. So
I need more wine. It's getting very low. And you know, I don't have to drive home. That is a fabulous thing. There's always good things every day.
Yes, there is.
I don't have to drive home from Leah's house today, so I can have more wine.
Fasten your seatbelts, everybody.
Oh God, I'll be dancing in the back in a minute. Oh,
nice.
You know, I wonder if Alexa will play like generic music that has no copyright. Alexa,
don't you
play
dare.
Uncopyrighted music.
I couldn't find any uncopyrighted songs.
See, yeah, you have to go back to the Roaring 20s.
That's okay.
Depends on who recorded it.
Hey, Leah, you're all like very big. Oh, so it's going back and forth now when we talk.
Yes, it is. I don't know why. Hiss it.
I'm looking at it right now. You have ears on, Leah.
I do.
Dang.
I do.
I don't have any ears. She's fixing it, Char.
I gotcha. You know?
There we go. It's just a flip of a switch. No, it's back again.
It's saying that I'm in gallery view, so I don't know why.
Well, this is going to be very annoying.
Yeah.
I'll give her a moment.
There's that view. We see Laura.
Now it's here. No. It was, and then you did something and it went back.
Is your lagging?
Okay, maybe this is it. This is good. Good. Stop. Don't touch anything.
I'm not touching nothing.
Okay.
I wasn't touching anything
Me and
before.
Cheryl Rafferty, we're on the same page. Don't touch it.
I
Don't touch
wasn't
it.
touching it before.
I'm gonna find my dog. I'll be right back. I think I've left my dog outside. Doggy.
Poor Walter.
Walter. Oh no. Here he is.
Touch it.
Here he is. He's in a good one.
Oh, really? Amanda, your Alexa is responsive. Alexa, what time is it?
Oh. See, she's trying to work my Alexa and it's just not going to work.
I was working Amanda.
Did it work, Amanda?
See, now it's going back and forth again.
So you must have some kind of issue with the timer or something. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 3:04 p.m. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you. Alexa, tell me a joke.
Why was the pizza maker terrible at golf? His whole round was full of slices.
That's how my husband plays golf. Full of slices.
Yes.
He'll be the first to tell you.
This whole.
Right, Wayne?
Listen, you're going to hear, whoever wants to hear my dog bark and howl, here he goes. Oh my gosh, I shouldn't have woken him up. I shouldn't have awakened him.
Yes, Rick, I think when we talk to Alexa or Siri, we try to emulate their voice. It's like, Alexa.
Yeah, I always talk to Alexa like it's an actual person, like I'm waking up the robot.
Karen, hi, welcome.
Alexa.
Walter wants to go see his baby.
Baby, oh, see, I always say baby music and she plays me all kinds of stuff. You can see my baby.
Are you having guacamole? And vanilla Coke, Pepsi vanilla. Now there is a contradiction of Pepsi, vanilla Coke. Which is it, Char? Pepsi or vanilla Coke?
Yeah, that's quite different. I mean, you know.
Tuwaka. Char's having Tuwaka and vanilla Coke, or vanilla Coke, not guacamole.
She's amusing. Come here, she's amusing herself. Come on, come
on. Oh, Char is amusing me.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Tuwaka, yes. I always thought of Tuwaka. Tuwaka your dog. I'm going to walk your dog.
So what's everybody drinking? Char's drinking Tuwaka and vanilla Coke. What about the rest of you?
That does sound good.
Interesting, yes. Let him in the other room so he can go see the baby.
See, today we're drinking I think it was Smitty. My son came and brought us both a bottle of wine. He delivered this to my front door, and then he went to Leah's and delivered it to her front door. But with these explicit instructions to do sanitation of the bottle and the bags before I touched them.
I sprayed it with Lysol.
No, I got out the Clorox wipes, of course, and I carried it in with the Clorox wipe.
I have that. Can't buy any.
I put it on a chair and the bag opened up without my touching it. And I put the Clorox wipe on top of the bottle and took it out. I was so sanitary. I'm going to become Howie Mandel. What?
Polestar is drinking hospital coffee. It's swill. That's what
I have a coffee.
Dr. Phil's got a very nice 928 blended whiskey.
I know somebody that had a coffee maker, and they threw it in the trash, and they go to the corner to the gas station to get coffee because they like that coffee better. Now, to me, that's got to be a person that grew up on 7-Eleven everything or something. Yes. I don't know.
My goodness. But,
yes. Hi, Karen.
Karen, it is good to see you too. Cheers to you, Karen.
Cheers.
I'm telling you, I unloaded my groceries yesterday and I took everything out of that I could out of their original cartons and sort them, unless it was going in the freezer, because the freezer gonna kill that sucker. So I don't worry about it. Yeah.
Put it in the radiation.
Yeah. Nuke everything for a few minutes.
Walter, it's okay. You're going to live. You know, I let him in, and this is what he does. He wants to go out with my daughter's family, and I don't blame
He loves the
him.
baby.
Yeah, he does.
When you guys
Walter.
aren't watching, that's what Laura does too. She cries at the door.
What I do? Shut up! I do.
Walter is his name. Alice is here. Hi, Alice. Hi, Lou.
Alice.
Hello.
Hi.
Sanitize. Hey,
Sanitize.
I'm on it.
You see that little thing hanging on the fridge next to my baby? That's spray hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
And over on the other side, I have Clorox wipes over there.
What's tickling me was that I said when you guys aren't watching, Laura sits at the door like that and cries too to get out.
I cry at the door to my family's house.
It tickled me.
Sometimes
again,
if you're on my Facebook, I don't know, but anyway, I'll start saying things like, "Oh, I just know they're like a foot away from me."
Have you brought you the drink?
1,000 miles. What? Well, it's like talking on the phone. I'd rather get on the phone and see their picture than to talk through the door. Even though I know that they're there, I like to see the baby's face. Sometimes we knock on the door together. It's like,
Char says her bartender just brought her the drink. Is that Paul Char? Is that the name of your bartender?
What?
Her husband is Paul.
Oh. You know what? I don't have, this is the problem why I'm having a hard time hearing you. I didn't put in my earbuds, you guys. I'm listening through the phone. If I go all wonky and weird right now, it's gonna I'll apologize.
Wonky and weird.
Yeah, because I'm using a gimbal. So if I touch it funny, it's gonna do weird things.
Oh.
Ooh, that works.
So, Mom, are you sure you guys aren't thinking if their boat took prior to the trip they were on? What? I missed.
You aren't thinking if the trip their boat took prior.
Are you two aware, 2 men from your cruise? Somebody told me that.
It was a prior cruise.
One of the people that died was on a prior cruise. I didn't hear about a second.
No. Let's see. It was 7 people on the Diamond Princess and 1 from the Grand Princess. That's what I read recently. I don't know what's happened since I read that, but yeah, that's what I heard too. It's like there was well over 700 on the Diamond Princess infected. And on ours, I don't know what the number was when it ended up.
Yeah, I don't know what the number ended up. I'm sure there's probably over 100 people that tested positive on our ship.
Because I know when we got off the plane, they took 4 people off because they came by and tested your temperature.
And they were positive.
And they instructed them off for whatever reason. We don't know. But turns out in a few days.
After they had been on a plane with us.
Just like those other cruise ships that did that in Miami, but I'll go on to that later. Later, we heard 4 people were infected, so I'll bet you it was those people.
But
I'm just speculating.
As time's gone on, more people have tested positive. I just got the call today from the United States Department of Health and Human Services that my test, as well as my son's test and my husband's, were negative, but we already knew that. So.
Yes, they called me yesterday, and you had a lovely man you got to talk to, and I talked to a very sweet woman. She actually sounded very young.
Oh, really?
She was very happy. Mm-hmm.
Oh, one of the men, they airlifted off to the boat before we docked.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Alice, yes. This has prepared us for quarantine for sure. Yeah.
Because I know that at the time there was 2 passengers and what, 19 crew members, we were told.
Right.
So I don't know what happened after that. But
Well,
that's very sad. You know,
the last count that I got when I listened to a call from Miramar, which was, I believe, over the weekend. So they were all not, results weren't all back yet. There were 49 guests from the Grand Princess that were positive.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yep. So, and all the results weren't back. So,
you know, it's just no surprise, really.
Oh no, Alice, your mom is feeling sick.
Oh gosh. Hopefully it's not the dreaded thing, and it's just like something less like Leah has, bronchitis.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. It's just bronchitis, Leah.
It's bronchitis. Well, it is just bronchitis. But I'll tell you,
I suffer big time when I have bronchitis.
It scared the bejeebies out of me. Just saying. Because, well, we talked about that before. We don't need to rehash that.
Wait, Rick, I cleaned the hospital rooms after each COVID test. My anxiety is through the roof, but part of me think a lot of us have had it and not even known.
Very true.
Do you know what? You know, could very well be.
Yeah.
You know, that's the beauty of the body and all of that. You know,
that's,
you know,
kind of killing me at this point, Rick, because I'm going to be in the same boat.
Leah took a video of somebody doing that, so I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, it was like a weed sprayer, you know, spraying.
Not good, Alice.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nothing like a stomach thing.
Especially when
I hope she's okay.
MS to begin with.
Yes.
So. But the thing, you know, they've taken such great care to keep us negative and healthy over the course of the last 3 weeks. And then my first step outside of the store is on into the fire. And then I have to worry every day whether I'm bringing that home. It's
you're going to learn a whole new, you know, now that you even understand it already, but you're now going to live that type of stress. That's not good.
Yeah. So,
you know,
straight into the trenches. That's right.
And, you know, we just do what we have to do every day, don't we?
Yep, we do.
You know, and just to help people. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do that because I want to do something. My son won't let me go back to work. He won't let me go back to door dashing.
I know Josh put the kibosh on that for Wayne.
Hello? I mean,
yeah.
That's the only way I make money. And they're door dashing, and I would feel like I'm helping, you know. I would be very safe, just like everybody else. I don't know.
The hospital cuts your outstanding balance by half, Char. Cheers to that.
Woo! Cheers.
That's amazing. Thank God. Oh, that is so cool, Rick.
Stinky cheese every morning.
You know,
well, no wonder she's barfing, Alice. Come on.
Don't give her stinky cheese.
You right? Oh, sorry about that.
It's bad cheese.
It is. 8 times a day. So you can't even go to sleep for fear that somebody's going to come in and try to change your pillow.
Spray you down with Lysol. But you know what? I tell you, thank God they're doing it.
Walter. I'm going to ask if I can put Walter in there, you guys. I feel really bad for him.
Yes.
Don't mind me.
Yeah, everybody's doing, I mean, if we all do our part, if we all do what they're asking us to do, if we all just follow this protocol for, even if it's for a month or whatever,
Oh my
then
gosh, that's so cute.
you know, we're in a much better position. What, did you see him?
I heard the baby saying, Walty, Walty.
Oh,
Hold on just a second.
if she
I am
loses
so
a
like
sense of smell,
not
it's
good
not
at this.
That's
Yeah,
true, Alice. Oh, yeah, yeah. I know I kept thinking the same thing. I thought I can still smell and I can still taste. So,
Is that a thing? Really? I heard that, but is that
Yeah.
really a thing?
yeah, that's it.
Because
Yeah,
I
it is.
can't smell anything, but I just thought it was me.
But be careful. Just don't believe everything you read on Facebook. Yeah.
He's trying to get in.
Now he's trying to get back in.
No,
here.
no.
The
No,
baby.
The baby.
Now the baby's on the other side going, "Wah."
That's what gets me, you guys. That right there. Everything else is okay. I can hear them all out there either arguing or being happy or whatever they do. But
Yeah.
when he's trying to get in and he's like, Maggie, Maggie. Oh, my heart. Anyway.
So,
Two
anywho,
more. So my dilemma is
what's
now
your
that
dilemma?
this has all happened and it's 14 days are up and I'm out of quarantine, my brain tells me I probably shouldn't go in there and interact just because they could give it to me after
Where
all
do you
this
draw
time.
the line?
Yes, where do you draw the line?
You have to if you're practicing, here's the bottom line.
Yeah, I'm
If
practicing.
you're practicing good hygiene and washing your hands and not touching your face and coughing into your shoulder, then you're going to be fine, you know?
But then when I pick up the baby and he's like all snotty and coughing and putting his hands in my mouth and stuff, and I can't stop him.
Yeah.
That's where I'm like going, okay, I don't care, because I think that by now I'm probably starting to build up antibodies anyway. Maybe I've been sick. I don't know. No,
Okay.
they didn't give me time to do that.
No,
I've had too many tests.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, whatever. Just practice your
Yeah.
good hygiene.
Oh
And
yeah.
you have masks. Wear a mask. And
Yeah. That will be good too.
Yep.
What is that? Ooh. But I can't wait.
We didn't want him to risk him bringing anything.
We did. We test negative. How about everybody else?
Anybody else been actually tested here?
Yeah. Anybody else? Yeah. No, Snowden Fairy.
Yes. Negative.
We did get
3
negative.
times.
She had to have it 3 times. I had it 2.
And
I refused the 3rd test.
Don't let anybody, it's not a big deal. Everybody's like, oh, it's the president's even like, well, I didn't enjoy it.
You know what? I didn't even
it's
notice
like a flu swab.
Depends on how big your sinus cavity is. Just saying.
Yeah.
They stuff this thing. Let me just make it the worst scenario. They stuck this huge piece of cotton in the back of your sinus and scrub it and take it out.
Yeah.
Actually, what it is just a little thing with a little tiny Q-tip, and they go, they're done.
Yeah,
so there you had.
Laura's a rebel.
Yes. As I get older, I don't know what's happening to me, guys. I don't know.
He is a rebel. Oh, Princess called, Laura.
Who?
Did you talk to Wayne? I didn't get into it exactly, but I asked when we were going to get our damn money back.
And I want an equal or lesser value.
I didn't go into that yet. I'm going to call him back.
How are we going to? Oh my gosh!
Because this was they were calling to check on Wayne's physical.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So, but I just said, they said they were going. She goes, well, they were, they should be reimbursing to your account. I said yes, and I should be getting a lot of money back, and I've not even gotten a fraction of that. So,
right.
She goes, well, I'll pass this along to my supervisor and have somebody call you.
You're very muffled. Is your microphone available to speak into?
Hello.
Oh no, hello. I just felt like you're muffled. It could be just my ears.
Maybe your ears are muffled
all the time. Mm-hmm. I did take a
Um,
shower.
Right. Everybody is limited on tests. Everybody, most countries. I mean, I think South Korea is the only one that's really got that dialed.
Hmm.
And but everybody's short on tests, and I really think that if you don't have symptoms at this point, you want to leave those tests available to
I agree.
people that need to have them. So
I
or had
agree.
direct exposure or something like that. So
Mhm. Yeah, Leah, you are just a little muffled. Am
I don't know
I?
what to
I mean,
tell
I
you.
don't know. I'm speaking through a headset here, so maybe you've got it turned the wrong way.
A bit muffled we can deal with. Yeah,
Ah,
we've heard that, Janice. 2 people from our cruise have passed away. That's
oh gosh,
horribly tragic and sad. I just
the whole
that
thing is just very tragic, and you
yeah,
think that, how fast it all happened, and
yeah.
yeah.
I was telling the lady at the health department. I said it's like it was like the Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. You guys know that children's story, and how the children went into the wardrobe in the bedroom and came out into Narnia. So
Yes,
they exited one world and entered a whole nother fantasy world. And that's what it
yes.
feels like. We stepped on that ship while we were in one world, and we stepped off into another completely
But the
different
other thing
world.
is about that is that we were like, just like when you step on the ship, suddenly at that moment, it does turn into a fantasy all of its own, because it's something you're looking forward to. You have the grandeur of it, the people, everything you're doing, and you're having this wonderful time this whole time. And
Yeah,
then that happens. So you have 2 different worlds on the ship. I mean, it like went like that. And suddenly it was
yeah,
this thing. We were staying on board because they were having a storm. We were oblivious. We couldn't go out and.
yeah,
So
yeah.
all of a sudden this happens, and it's like, and then you get off the ship, and
Right.
there's chapter 3.
Yeah, yeah,
Chapter 3.
yeah.
Actually, it's
So,
chapter 4 because
everybody, there were so many just people that were like, how dare you get on a cruise ship in the middle of a pandemic? And it was like, we didn't even have our first positive in this country until a
well,
day or 2 before we stepped on that ship.
right. And
So,
and then I was watching somebody say, I warned on the 27th that this was going to become a pandemic. And everybody was like, meh, meh. And that was the 27th. We'd already been on the boat just about a week
right,
at that point.
right,
Had I known, I mean, literally, if my cruise was scheduled for the next cruise after ours, and
right,
I watched the Grand Princess this happen, because there were still people on the message boards going, oh, I hope they get this taken care of before our cruise starts.
right.
And
They would have gotten on, if there were people that would have gotten on that boat
absolutely gotten on the
on
boat.
March 7th
Yes.
if they had let us dock and continued on.
And so what I'm saying, had I known that,
Yeah,
all of the same stuff, I don't care if I lost the money that I invested in the thing. There's no
right.
way I would have got on that boat.
Yeah, no,
Even though they did like reimburse everybody, which was wonderful.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I wouldn't have.
Nobody knew. Nobody
Yeah.
knew.
I mean, I knew, but it
But there
didn't
was an but there was an
realize.
issue on the other side of the country.
Mm-mm.
You know,
World, the other side of the world.
Yeah,
Mhm. Right.
yeah. Yes, there is a couple suing Princess for $1 million.
I'll bet it's the couple that was in our next room next to us. What do you think?
The thing is, they're suing Princess for withholding the information or letting, I don't even know what they're suing them for. How in the hell
Let me
anybody's
guess.
gonna,
Was it a human rights issue?
no, it wasn't.
No.
It
Oh,
was,
okay.
it was, but I think they knew that there was potential virus.
Oh,
And
right.
which I know for a fact that nobody on that ship, the captain, nobody knew that no.
Yeah,
crazy
Smitty, the
lady,
crazy
Smitty.
lady. It's not her, I don't think.
No.
But yes, somebody
Now,
knew.
if she was suing over a vegan sandwich, we would have known exactly who it was.
Even though she ate turkey.
Yeah.
Hi, Bumble. Yeah, so I don't know. The problem that I have with the whole thing, and I hate to just be like this because is that they had other cruises after that. Between the time they flew people back from A to B, they had symptoms on the plane, and they let everybody that was exposed with them get off and go get on various commercial airlines, buses. The people that were sick, they took. Yeah.
But that's not Princess's fault.
Oh, no, that's not their fault.
That's the CDC let that happen.
No, of course that's not the cruise line's fault.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, the fact that they did, such a, let's put you in quarantine and we're going to take you to these bases and all this stuff. And then shortly thereafter, they're just letting people go.
But see, this is my point from like when we were at Miramar.
Mm-hmm.
It was this way unless it was not convenient for them and the operation. Then they could bend the rules a little bit and it would be this way. So it's the same thing with subsequent cruises that had exposures. At that point, they had no place to quarantine people. So
I'm sorry, though.
Do?
I don't know what they were going to do.
So they bend the rules to suit themselves. And that's not Princess. That's the government.
No, I'm not even saying it about Princess.
Oh, I'm not saying you're saying it. I'm just saying.
Right. Oh, I see.
In general.
But the whole thing is because the CDC and the government, everybody had us go into quarantine. Can't even answer the door without your mask. Don't touch anything, blah, 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 whatever they said, which is not what they did. But then they let people
yes, they did, because I took the banana nut loaf and then changed my mind and wanted the lemon loaf. And
that's right. They wouldn't let
you.
You've
already touched that one.
But they chartered a plane to bring these people, these 300 and something Americans back to Florida or wherever from this place. And they knew they had tested them, let the people without knowing the test results get on the plane. And then people are sick. And all of these people, 300 people, are now seriously exposed. Yes. But yet they let them get on whatever it is, not Princess, the government, or whoever the powers that be at the moment.
That's right. No lemon loaf for you.
Yes. No, don't. No. You can't give that. Put that back.
She actually gave me the lemon loaf too.
So she had two.
And I got to keep them.
Those were from Starbucks. Those loaf cake things you get there.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. When I saw they had lemon loaf, I was like all over it.
And I got the chocolate. Didn't even think about it. And I would have taken the lemon.
Well, because you didn't see the lemon loaf.
Right. Well, if I stay here any longer, I'm just going to pass out and drunk here.
Uh-oh. Is it time to call it a day?
No, not really. What else can we argue about? Polestar, we're not arguing. We're not.
No, we're not arguing.
We're just having a conversation. Lee and I do this. We do this all the time.
Wait on the food cart, yes. I should have just gone off.
Just like, no, you should have done whatever that lady in our next door neighbor cabin would have done.
Yeah.
Sanitize it and then put it back. That's wasting money.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have done that. She would have just thrown it in the trash, probably.
Like I've said,
I'm so bad.
I listened to the calls from Miramar, and somebody, and I bet you it was the crazy lady. She wanted to know. She goes, "We have a trash bag, but there's no recycle bag. We need to have a recycle bag." And they let her go on and on and on about recycling and how wasteful everything was. And then the woman very calmly said, "It's contaminated." And she went, "Oh,
You mean the crazy lady said, oh?
Yeah. She's like, oh, when they call ended. It was like,
Alice, you're chopping wood at
what a
the summer
woman.
house?
What a woman you are.
I bet you're like a toothpick now. I know you were like getting slim there, but she's gonna bulk up now. She's gonna be
I'm a
like,
lumberjack and I'm okay. I work all day.
yes, I'm Alice. I love that. Oh, Alice, I wish I could have wood to chop.
Which I would, because I would have a fire.
You'd be hearing me outside going, help, 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 I can't move.
Oh,
Help.
really? Your mom went on a cruise February 1st? Where did she cruise to, Mom? Where did she go? Where did she go? She's going to send you a pic. Oh,
Lisa, thank you so much.
Oh, coffee and lemon loaf. Monday morning,
yes.
I'm Lisa.
Ooh.
Cheers
Yay.
to you.
Ah,
Did you cheers?
yes. I did cheers
Cheers
her.
to you, Lisa. Thank you so much.
Cheers. You see, the
so
problem is,
appreciate
Leah, is you're not you're watching that screen. You should be watching us on Zoom.
Okay.
That way we're like in real time instead of like, okay.
Well, I'm trying to get the chat. I got to pop it out.
See, there's always a way to do this, folks. I am so like, now I can't hear you.
I wasn't saying anything.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Char cheered you too. Thank you, Lisa. Yes, everybody cheers to Lisa. Thank you.
Lisa.
We could see the Starbucks from our room.
It was bad. And right next door was Jamba Juice. They were like, Starbucks, Jamba Juice. And it was right across, there was 2 fences between us. And you could see it.
And security guards.
And they were scared. Yes, there were security guards. There was between us, between the 2 fences.
They didn't have dogs walking the fences. Yeah,
there weren't dogs, but
I said I'm surprised.
I think those security guys were there because to keep paparazzi from coming into that parking lot and shooting us.
Yeah,
because we were standing up at our windows going, look over there, look at that.
It was on a military base. There was no paparazzi to be found.
Smitty, I don't feel like it was torture. It was torture. Alice. There were torturous things, but I just like tried to always find
it was torture
something.
Seeing the Starbucks. That was the most torture. And just,
Can you hear the baby crying?
No.
Okay, good, because he's having a fit.
He wants to see his grandma.
Yes, Alice, doesn't it though?
Yeah.
And did we ever argue? Serious, we always talk like this, don't we? I know, but Alice can confirm, just so people know we're not having an argument. She has
traveled with us.
Yes, Alice has traveled with us. It's like, what if Leah wants to go do something or have a shit ton of fun and I don't? Go for it. See ya. I'm going to be here. I'll text you when I'm someplace close.
Yeah. You showed the picture to your daughter. You guys agreed. Yes, it was.
Ooh, I have a low battery. I have to figure out what to do. Let's see.
Get in.
Low battery. Ooh, I know what to do.
Plug it into your computer.
Well, I mean, see, I came prepared. I have my cable. Yeah. And
you're always like this. Yes.
I also have my gimbal plugged in, and now I know that I can unplug it if it doesn't do something weird. There we go.
Yes, I've traveled with Shar as well.
That's right. You did.
Shar, we went to Florida together, Shar. And Shar, we can say here between you and I, we had our not you and I had our challenges, but we had a challenge on that trip as well, as you recall. Let's just
Do
Put
I
it
know
out
about
there.
this? Do I know about this
Probably
challenge?
not. Probably
What?
not.
You don't tell me everything. I'm so upset.
Well, I probably didn't. Maybe I did, but I'm not going to mention names.
So I'm going to
Yes.
have to, in
Sorry,
order
sis,
to
yes,
freaking,
we did.
in order to do this, I'm going to have, I don't have like a double thing to put my,
Or I was so
because
happy
of my
that you were there.
headphones.
Because I might have committed murder had you not been there.
Oh, I remember you did tell me.
Yeah.
I know now. So, yeah, I know why you didn't want to say I didn't. Yeah.
Oh, Mexico on the Carnival Panorama. Nice. Very nice.
I would like, I was saying yesterday, I think maybe in 9 months to a year, I might plan one.
Yeah.
And then go whenever that happens.
Whenever that happens. But see, here's our thing. You guys give us your input on what you think. Because we're not trying to get more than, we're not trying to get something for nothing here. Okay?
Nothing from nothing is nothing.
We ain't those people. But the thing is we purchased a suite on this ship. Hear me out. We saved, we worked our butts off for 2 years.
For 2 years.
Saving for this trip to have a suite on this boat. Okay, yes, we should have a group cruise. We talked about it. We were going to plan one, but we will. Anyway.
I'm glad we didn't plan it, but anyway, go ahead.
So and Princess came along and said, okay, we're going to give you your money back, all the money that you spent on the trip, anything except jewelry or fine art, and we won't reimburse you for that. But everything else that you've spent, we're going to reimburse. Plus, we're going to give you a cruise credit.
For what you spent.
For what this cruise cost you in cruise credit for another
cruise. Yeah.
The problem is the cruise credit for another cruise turned out to not be as much as what we actually paid. I think it was less, maybe taxes and port fees and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the problem is we can't plan another trip and get the same length of trip, quality of trip, in the same cabin type as we had on this trip. So now hear me out.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
Don't let me forget this question. I'm going to ask you something. Because it was a suite.
Yes.
But it was called a family suite, which had 2 rooms attached to it.
Yes.
But yet the whole thing was called a suite. Why did people in your room have to pay for 2 full payments?
That's what I'm saying.
And we had to, and we put Adam, her son, with me, even though he didn't stay with me. He was still in the other part of the cabin. But just saying,
4 people had to pay.
4 people had to pay full occupancy. So there you go. Keep going.
So I think they should credit you and say, okay, you can plan your next cruise for the same length or lesser, depending on what you want, but you can pick something of the same length. We were 15 days, so anything 15 days or less in the same cabin category or less.
I agree. And not even question the money.
Don't put a monetary value on it. Book your cruise for that length and that cabin type, done, paid for.
Yes. That's what I think too.
Doesn't that sound like that is the way it should be?
Yes, it does. So. Oh no, it really does, because because they were really doing a great thing. But the thing is that subsequent, after the fact cruises that they canceled,
like a do-over. Yes.
Yeah, but the people after. Oh, sorry guys, sorry. I've lost my thing here.
Yeah, sounds fair. I thought so too.
Yeah.
Hello, Dave Bots.
There we go. But yeah, I mean, and just not even question it. It's not like we want to like.
I don't want to take a world cruise and you're going to pay for it.
But the people
That's not
after
what
us,
I had.
When they canceled, got like 125%, or they got even more. They
double.
Plus, they got their money back, so they got basically
more than we
more,
did.
but we got to stay at Miramar, just saying.
We got a free quarantine.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to, well, we drank our wine that we
Yes.
smuggled in. But
Yes, Filthy. I had a corona test on Monday, actually. Yes.
yes,
And it
we're
was
all negative.
Yeah.
Leah thought for sure she had it.
On Monday, I thought I had it for sure. Actually, I had my test on Wednesday, Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's negative. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So, but she's good. It turned out to be bronchitis, and she's good.
oh, he does music streams. Very cool. If you like
You know,
music
I
streams,
just,
go check that out.
I think it's so fabulous, you guys, that people are looking at YouTube now like they would look at television before. And so many people are, you know, because they have so much time, are seeing things that,
They wouldn't
you
have
know,
seen.
and, you know, because that's where I come from, you know, it's like TV and movies and stuff. I have no idea what happens here and how it's like. It's just
It's a
like they talk about
community.
in Instagram, people have these big followings. I don't even know when I ever looked at my Instagram last time.
I know.
But I mean, people are really like
Yes, negative
seeing people
results.
that you would never see, which is good.
I did use up all my health points. Cyril Rafferty, my lives are, you know, I feel like Jumanji, it's going to come down.
Well, see, Alice, you know what I mean then, right? Boy, am I
Yeah.
like I'm having cotton mouth just because. I don't know why.
I just watch my YouTube on my TV. I don't watch. I do watch the morning news. That's what I watch.
Oh no, I will watch like Hulu and see, you
Well,
know,
if you're
stuff on
streaming,
there.
but you're not
Yeah.
watching mainstream television.
Right.
Yeah.
And I do
Yeah.
sometimes tune into the news, but it just gets me depressed.
But that's what I want.
Oh
I
yes,
want
I should sip some water.
princess, and I'm going to present that idea to them and see what they say. Because I think, I mean, I want to do it again. I want to do over, as W2 says. I want to be able to have the same experience that I had planned for this trip.
That seems now like it happened like in a dream somewhere else, you know.
God, it seems when I think about this trip, it seems so long ago.
I actually looked at all of my pictures night before last, and I was flipping through all of the videos and all of the pictures, and I was like, whoa, you know, and I was remembering, you know, that really was good.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, you know, you don't
it's
remember it the way.
Over.
Yeah.
The whole, the good parts were in Hawaii when we were actually on the islands. And I remember standing with Laura on the balcony when she got back from Maui, because we kind of went separate ways in Maui. And she was just like, I can't even post pictures.
There's no way I could describe to you. I remember that, Leah. Oh my gosh.
Okay, you got a date, girl. You got it.
Yep. I'm saying
there
was no words in my whole human body that could describe the feeling I got being there. It was like the beauty of it all, but there was like this feeling that just I felt like, hey, I don't know. It was like, and then Leah said, think about music and how you could feel with if you add that to music.
See, I
don't know. Yeah. See, but how do you put that to that? You know, there's no music. It's like heaven music. I want. I want heavenly music.
Well,
anyway, right?
That's what takes me. I'll tell you guys, it's so long to edit sometimes. Sometimes I'll just throw a piece of music. I don't care. But other things that I feel are really like Laura's describing, you know, it can take me hours to find a piece of music.
It was from the second I got off the tender. You had to go on this tender boat to get from the ship to the shore because they can't pull the big ship up.
Yeah.
But anyway, you got off and there's this wharf right along the front there with all of these like fishing or sightseeing type boats, and each one had like this little kiosk in front of it lined up, and they weren't like extravagant or anything. They just had like the name of their business and what they did.
Yes. Yeah.
And this picture was just like, I'm standing someplace like in the 1950s, you know?
Yeah.
Like just all of that commerce, yet it was so quaint. And it was
Smitty, thank you. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, Yosemite too. Even with all the people in Yosemite, when you're passing through, I get that.
When we did that drive not too long ago.
Yeah.
To me, that feels just as long ago as that cruise.
Only way I remember it is when I talk about it now or look at pictures. It's like, it doesn't feel fresh. It doesn't feel exciting. Like when you come home, it should be like, I just want a vacation.
Yeah. Oh my God, I wanted to show you guys pictures. And, you know, it's like, and here's a picture of me being served a martini in a hazmat suit, you know. It just, that whole experience just washed over what happened.
There's so much that I could just say right now.
The good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah.
Good or bad. It just.
Well, I heard the prime minister tested positive.
Yes.
Mom.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. He does have the virus.
The prince
today.
And I was talking to a friend of mine, and I'm like, the queen is gonna, like, you know, I really worry about the queen.
Well,
and
you know,
he said, oh no, she's a tough old broad. I'm like, she really is.
She is, but she's almost 100.
But you don't want to call her a broad, probably.
Is that poor form to call her?
I'm sure it is, but you know, that's like a heartfelt thing. You know, to me, it's like, she's really tough. You know,
you explain that to the
she's a tough old gal. Oh, let's just switch it to gal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, and these positive tests, as frightening as you might feel that they are, for the most part, people are going to recover.
Yes, exactly.
You know, it's just sad that it happens so fast that it just looks like a war zone.
Yeah.
You know, you got all these like pods of people needing this and this and this. If everybody would just do what they stay in, wow, wouldn't this like be like almost to the peak now?
Yeah, we would be coming down the other side.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
We had reacted when we should have. Yeah. Be careful, you don't know who's watching.
You know, if I said anything, I hope I didn't, but you know.
She'll watch it back and go, oh my God, did I say that?
Did I really say that? Hey, it could have been you.
Yes, it happened so quickly that it has overwhelmed the hospitals.
Absolutely.
Here's the deal. Years ago, the U.S. government eliminated the department that was doing pandemic preparedness type stuff. And then the hospitals, you know, they look at it and go, oh, why didn't they look at China and go, hey, China is having this issue and people come here from China all the time and we import from China and all of this. Maybe we should look at this and maybe we should prepare. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, you know. Yeah. So,
well, you know, hindsight is always 20/20, isn't it? It's just like, you never really know. But when you have like people that study that sort of thing, what do you call those people?
Well,
and they tell you something.
Exactly.
They're not telling you because they're trying to make money or trying to be political. They're being honest, and it all gets squished down, and so we don't hear about it as the public.
Can't deal with that because you know what that would do to our economy.
So I mean, okay, call me like whatever you want to say, but we should just listen, you know?
Yeah. Well, you hire them for a reason.
Yes.
Like,
but you know, you got to keep them in that locked room while they're working. They can't come out and say what they're actually finding.
Yeah.
I want to be able to like spin that.
It's like Dr. Fauci. Is that his name?
I'm so
The doctor.
sorry.
And in all these press conferences, he's standing behind Trump. Don't you know he's just going, shut the F up.
You know, I know it all hit so fast and everything's happening. And I know the personality of our president.
Right, Alice.
I
Yeah.
would never defend his actions.
No.
But
Yeah.
you know, that's the way he is. He does he speaks and everybody's like and he's like, and you can see him then trying to go, okay, you. He like changes the subject, you know.
Yeah.
Because he
Well,
probably
exactly,
go,
Samantha.
yeah.
China does react quick, but China, amongst most of the Asian countries, didn't react as well as they should have.
Nobody
compared
did.
to Taiwan and North Korea and Japan. They all reacted a lot quicker, but at least China, when it happened, they went to town and they built those hospitals and they, 3 days, you know? So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just don't know where to go on all of this stuff. I just know that I'm going to do what I'm told, and I think that they're right. And I think
don't know,
that
I
think that you should distance yourself, and I think the states here who aren't doing that, probably the people should just do it anyway.
Yeah.
But we're a spoiled lot.
Well, and people are entitled, and it's like, well, you're not going to tell me I can't go to the bar on the corner.
And then you shut down all your jobs.
I can't go to spring break, and you're not going to tell me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, people could, but they're not going to. So until somebody, it's like
Alice,
here in Nevada.
you had this me and you had this conversation. I remember this conversation we had. I won't talk about it now, but it was a good one. The one that you said.
It's like,
yeah, that's interesting.
In our state, our governor was trying to be diplomatic and say, okay, I'm going to request that all non-essential business close, and as of midnight tonight, you should, cease your operations and and nobody did.
And you would think that people go, I mean, why wouldn't they, Leah? Sure, I'll do that. I don't care about my business. No, they've got to pay the bills too,
Right.
So you have to be a little more firm.
Yeah. Well, and he ended up being a lot more firm.
Just took a week. Yeah.
Yeah. There was mistakes being made in China, but they sure did go to town. That's for sure. And they're on the downhill side of this,
Yep.
We're going to be able to go to China before we can go to Kansas City. So.
Hey, Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come.
Three of my research groups are very strictly quarantined. That means only one visitor per household every other day. Wow.
Yeah,
we got no visitors.
I get that too. Yeah. Somebody asked if we get our food delivered, or how do we get our food? We get it delivered. We can't go out, which is why we were talking earlier about how fun it's going to be, even though how horrible it's going to be, to go to the store on Monday after our thing is over.
Yeah.
And go see.
But I can't go. If you go to the store Monday morning, you got to get me toilet paper.
I'm going to come out and go, yes, I'm free. Yes. I can do what I want, however fast it can be. Yeah. I can go to the store. I can go get me a roll of toilet paper.
A Dutch Bros.
I wonder. There's no social distancing. But the thing is, those people are like in this cocoon working together. So how are they doing it?
Why they're doing it, I don't know. But yeah. So I don't care as long as you give me my coffee. So see, there's that.
Well, obviously, Samantha, the Chinese tested anyone with a fever. They had a lot of tests, which was, and I was amazed how fast they built those first hospitals.
Senior citizens 7 to 9. Is that Smith's shot? So all Smiths must be doing that.
On Monday, is it Monday morning? Monday morning, Char? Because Monday morning, you know where you're going to see me. I'm going to be there. I swear, I'm going to be there.
Yes, Laura, you got to get me paper
7
towels
to
and
9.
toilet paper.
If
Not
I
a
see
lot,
some,
just
but
one
the thing
package
is,
of each.
but if I'm buying one for you, one for Jennifer, and one for me, it's going to look
Jennifer
like
can
I'm
go to the
hungry.
store. I can't go to the store.
You know what? You're right. I understand. So since 2 is the limit, I'll get 2.
Thank you.
I'll get 2. You're welcome. See, I'm not even going to argue with you on that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think about her sometimes.
I'll be at work at 6:30 in the morning. Thank you very much.
I'll think about you there too. And I'm so sorry, but I'm going to look at this as an experience and you need to document it. You guys, right?
You need to document it.
Well, I'm going to document the story. You can better believe I'm going to do that. But you need to document going to work. After you come out from, you coming out, here's Leah. She's gonna,
Laura's going to do a little reenactment.
I'm going to work.
I'm going to work.
Oh I can't believe it. I'm going to work. You know?
Yeah.
No, we don't have a cellar.
Oh, that was the problem, Filthy Gardener.
This is the thing. My son, as I said, brought me one and brought Leah one, and we had to sanitize.
No, it doesn't, Shar. That's a hoax. Not a hoax. There's just no science behind that. There's no science behind that.
I heard there was.
No, there is no science.
Well, I'm going to not take ibuprofen anyway, just because.
No science. I watched. Guys,
no science.
No science. And there were doctors on this morning saying, yeah, we've heard that.
Because that's the way they are. See, here I go with my conspiracy stuff again. That's just the FDA for you.
No, it's I'm just not joking. The FDA. It's doctors saying that.
Because they come around and go, oh yeah, there's no, because we want to sell more ibuprofen. See, devil's advocates, you know, I'm terrible.
And you guys don't really take ibuprofen. I'm going to take it until somebody tells me different.
I have ibuprofen, but I also take that other thing. I don't take any of it, actually.
Acetaminophen.
Tylenol.
Laura's one of those people. She's like, oh, I've got a headache. Oh, and I'm like, take an Advil. No, I can't take an Advil. And then she goes, okay, give me one.
And she says, listen, she says,
take 4 of those bad boys.
I take 4. I take 4 of those. And I'm like, what? I mean, it's like slow motion.
Sorry, you're getting your purple hair back. Oh, yes. Laura eats gummy bears instead. Like,
no, they're not gummy bears. See, she's getting a little loose-lipped and she's telling all my tales.
Yeah.
I do.
I made you my hair for, and I can't do purple hair for. No, don't right now, just taking, but I have such bad lymphedema. And if I don't take Advil, Laura sat with me on a plane for an hour and 20 minutes.
I wanted to cry for her. I was like feeling every bit of the pain that she had. You guys have no idea how horrible. I knew there was nothing she could do. And because the seats were so small and her legs had such lymphedema. They were so small. And you know, her son is sitting there, Leah's sitting there, and I'm sitting here, and she's in the middle, like can't even barely even move her toes.
It wasn't the area this way. It was this leg room. There was none, and all of our luggage. For me, there was a deal because we got on the plane and they wouldn't let us put our carry-ons in the overhead. We had to put them under the seat. So everything we had to jam under the seat. So there was no place for your legs to go. So she was like, I don't know how she did it without screaming. I mean, she was like the scream. No, that's why I screamed at that crazy lady, to be honest. No, it was an outlet. It might have been, but it just got, because we were on this airplane, not only in the air for an hour and 10 minutes, but we were on the airplane for probably 45 minutes before, maybe even longer. And 45 minutes after on the tarmac. And so I told her, I'm like,
you have to say something, because the doctors, they announced, if you have a problem during the flight, let us know.
What are they
And of
going
course,
to
here
do?
I am, just let them know. And Leah's like, what am I going to do? What are they going to do?
What are
I'm
they
like,
going to?
they're
They
going to
had a
get
whole
you up.
first class section where they said, I said, we walked by, we were the last ones on the plane. And they had the whole first class section. And I said, do you mind? I said, I really have trouble with my legs. And they knew that. And I said, do you mind? Could we sit here? No, you can't.
But
Go floor
Leah,
back.
here's
Yeah.
what I think. And this is when she was telling me to shut up, because this is what I do. I'm like, if you ring the bell and they come and talk to you, and we all say, and you're like crying and stuff, and you're so in pain, and they're going to know that, and they're going to take you and put you in front. I think this is why you didn't do it, because you didn't want to make a spectacle on the airplane. Now, is that true?
I didn't want to make a spectacle. I didn't want to be the crazy lady.
I know, but Leah,
because everybody was in the same boat.
When were you ever going to see those people again? And they would totally understand the fact that you had to get up and go.
The crazy lady would still be talking about me.
She's crazy.
Yeah.
She's crazy. So whatever.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, it just hurt me so bad, and she wouldn't do anything.
I can't even imagine being on the.
But there was like this thing that happened in the middle of it, or like maybe 3/4 of the way through the flight. I was trying to
in San Diego.
I was trying to adjust just a little bit, just to kind of like, because there was so much baggage stuffed between us.
Yeah.
And just she couldn't move her legs, and I thought if I could just move my legs a little bit over here, and I worked it, and then for some reason, then she felt like she could take the pressure
like a couple of inches,
and
it was just like
it was like a difference between and
yeah,
it was.
And
I felt so much better.
You did. I was like,
I know you did.
Like just moving one leg a couple of inches of it.
But I'm so like, I was feeling it. So that's why
I'm going to say something. I'm like, everybody is packed in. There's like not an empty seat on the freaking plane, except for them laying, the doctors and such laying about in first class.
Right. Well, Leah, we've just been yammering
it's way too much. Way too much
information.
Too
much information.
Yeah. I don't know. We've been here too long. Are you guys?
Alice, seriously, it's like she says, why? That's why I don't even mind flying. Well, you know what? I have found that I have so much anxiety. Leah even knows that. Because
I didn't realize my sister did. I've never flown with my sister before. Just saying, do you know that was the first time we've ever
flown? Put a mask on it and then sit like we were sitting. I can't breathe. I can't talk. I can't do anything.
We were not even just in a mask. We were in an N95 mask.
N95, and we were supposed to be socially distancing.
And we were suffocating, not to mention, I returned to work Monday.
Yeah. I thought I told you that. But I guess.
Well, he wasn't here, I don't think.
Oh, no. Yeah, he was. He asked about 4 or 5 times, I think. I'm sorry.
Laura doesn't like flying. And so then we got to San Diego and we were circling. He made one approach and he pulled up.
Yes. Yes. He was coming in and we were like crossing this beautiful view, because I was like looking out the window, and it was like this bridge, and we were like just like almost on top of it going down to land at the airport, right? And then he went, not only did he just like bypass it, he went like this. That's what it felt like to me.
Well, it's like, her nails are dug in so deep. Oh my gosh.
What the heck? Did they get like a call saying you can't land here? What happened? And then nobody said, nobody came on like I always expect. We're sorry, but we had to.
We're not landing at a commercial airport, for God's sake.
Right.
We're landing on a military base.
Right. It wasn't even that.
Yeah.
So we were probably the only plane coming in.
Yeah. So what was the deal? You still don't know what the deal was.
I think the pilot was messing up. I don't
Blame it
know.
on the pilot. Because
Yes,
we
I have to
can.
blame it on somebody.
Yeah. Well, it's a charter plane, and you don't know who these people are.
Yeah, these are the people that
Willy-nilly.
partied last night at the bar downtown. It's like, oh yeah, we got a charter in the morning. Yeah, we're still working.
Yeah. Who are these people?
No, they were really good. They were really good. I don't want to say that.
Sam was very nice in his little hazmat.
Oh, they were all really good, you know.
Well,
And I love what's really funny, Leah. Remember, they were like giving the instructions for the stuff, you know, in a case of an emergency.
I think I have it on film, but
you couldn't see them. They were like
no.
behind a curtain. So there
Yeah.
was, I could just imagine them in there just going big old like, "Wah," you know, making a big old show and a big old joke about it because nobody
Yeah.
could see them, you know. That
But
would have been me.
the medical staff was serving as flight attendants basically.
Yes.
And Sam
They
was
were picking up trash.
the respiratory therapist. And he comes by collecting trash. He goes, you know, if this medical thing doesn't work out, I got a backup plan.
Yeah.
Collecting garbage, you know.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. It was fun and funny and experience and everything. And I don't know how many times I could talk about this. Y'all gonna get real tired.
Yeah, but let's go because we've been here for an hour and a half.
Right. Yes.
And we're dropping
The
like
business class.
flies.
You know, seriously, yeah, get an upgrade because those little seats are just too small.
Well, they're not
Anyway.
meant for human consumption. I mean,
Not even the
no-
regular.
I mean, I was walking into the aisle and I'm like, I said, oh, hell no. How are you supposed to sit here?
And did you not panic when you saw the space, the 1.5 foot space between the seat back of the one and your space?
Yes,
It was like,
I did.
I was like,
I had a panic attack.
how are we going to get in there?
The one we went
know.
home on was better than that.
It was bigger. It was. I did notice it was much more comfortable.
And we
Even
had
the
social distancing.
And even though we were social distancing, if we'd have had to sit the same way, heaven forbid, it would have been, well, it wouldn't have been as bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you guys, we have to go. And I hope you liked this.
Thank you so much for hanging with us this afternoon. You got nothing better to do? Hang with us. So,
right?
We'll probably do this maybe tomorrow, the next day. Who knows?
We'll do it until y'all don't even come anymore. But hopefully you do.
I mean, we can talk about whatever you guys want.
Whoa! What happened? Yes, there we go. That was fun.
Take a spin. You took a spin.
I hit my camera and it just went like that. Anyway.
All right, you guys, we love you. Thank you all for the super chats. Those of you that donated, we appreciate it so much. We appreciate you spending an hour and a half of your busy day with us. And
so busy. Safe. Well, I hope you guys are staying busy. Yeah.
Yeah. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and love one another and be good to each other.
Yes, definitely. Mwah.
Hug a medical
love you
worker.
guys.
All right.
Yes.
Bye.